Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit is currently investigating the death of a man in Arbour Lake from yesterday. At approximately 5:40 p.m. on Thursday, August the 27th, 2015, police responded to reports of multiple shots being fired in the 600 block of Arbour Lake Drive Northwest. Upon arrival, officers found a man who had been shot. The male died at the scene. An autopsy is currently underway. The victim has been identified as Hui Xu, also known as Phillip Tu, 42 of Calgary. Witnesses have identified a suspicious vehicle that was in the area at the time of the shooting. Currently, this particular vehicle. It is believed that this vehicle is a 2006 to 2009 light brown Pontiac Montana SV6 minivan with rear tinted windows. We are asking anybody who may have information about the vehicle to contact us. I can also confirm that we believe there was a driver and 2 masked passengers in the vehicle. Witness information indicates the driver may have been wearing a hat similar to the one pictured here. Investigators believe that this was a targeted attack. However, it is not believed to be related to the shooting that occurred earlier this week in Monterey Park. It is too early to know if this shooting is connected to any other incidents that have occurred this year. Anytime there is a shooting in a residential area during a very busy time, we are deeply concerned about the danger to the public. Let me assure you that the Calgary Police Service has dedicated resources, as many resources as necessary to solve not only this homicide, but to get to the bottom of any ongoing trends that may be occurring. We are working with our Guns and Gangs unit, along with our gang enforcement team and gang suppression team, and other areas throughout the service. We would like to extend our appreciation to the residents of Arbour Lake Drive. They were aware of what was going on in their community, and they have provided invaluable information to assist us in our investigation. We are encouraging all citizens to be vigilant and take note of suspicious activity in their communities. Before I take your questions about the investigation, let me just paint a picture about what the current situation is here in Calgary. We have some organized crime groups that we've spoken about before, that they are active in the city at the moment. The common thread appears to be drugs, but this may not be the only contributing factor. We have said and will continue to say organized crime exists in Calgary. While their activities may not have been publicly noticeable in the past, they are active, and we have a significant number of resources dedicated to monitoring and investigating their activities. I am unable to get into specific detail at this time about the groups or the suppression activities and initiatives currently at hand, but if you have any questions specifically related to this investigation, I'll take your questions at this time. We can never get into criminal history, personal information about accused witnesses or victims.
In this case, would this case be considered gang against gang shooting? Again,
that's too early to tell, but we're obviously live to the possibility of that.
And this photo, it's kind of interesting. Is that from a security camera, or how did you get that photo, or were you able to tell?
Well, we have gathered a bunch of video surveillance from the area, and as a result, we're able to put this together.
Is that park that's down the street from the shooting? That we saw some people there today.
This is fairly close to the area of the shooting.
We've confirmed that Phillip Tu was convicted in 2008 of possession charges. So you can't tell us whether or not he was under investigation any time after that, or if he's been the subject of a police or dealt with police since then?
Again, we have to be consistent in our approach as to what we provide. That may be information that's a public record and you may have access to that, but we as a police service will not get into discussing personal information, criminal histories of individuals, whether they're accused, witnesses, or victims.
In my previous covering of criminal events, when they've had a history with police that has been confirmed or
We
verified.
we do not
Anymore.
ever,
But you don't do it now, you used to.
okay,
I'm
not in
trying
my
to be
time.
argumentative, I'm just, yeah.
not in my time,
Okay.
doing media.
Okay.
That's never been
I
allowed.
don't- You may have released this, and I apologize if you have, but how many suspects are you looking for right now?
We're looking for at least 3. A driver and 2 others.
All male?
We believe they were all males. 2 of them were masked, like I said before. So
All, 2 of them wearing masks.
2 of them were masked. One, we believe, was wearing a hat similar to this.
I also apologize if you already answered this, but where was this image? Where is the location of this image?
That is within close proximity of the residence.
Anything else? Before or after?
Pardon me?
Was it before or after the incident? Can you say that?
Can we say whether that's before or after the incident? That we believe that vehicle sped away from the scene, and this vehicle's parked. So I would say that was
during
before.
the incident. then that-
Pardon me?
That was during the incident that that photo was taken?
No,
Oh, okay.
do not believe it was during the incident.
Is the residence, was that where he lived, or is that a separate residence from his?
Again, he was exiting his residence in the 600 block.
Just to clarify, you mentioned gang suppression unit has been called in, and you talked about, yes, there's been gang activity, but it may have calmed down a bit. He was connected to one of the 2 previously?
Again, that's personal information, that's criminal history, and we can't confirm that.
So we can't even go into the fact that his brother was murdered a few years ago and he possibly...
Again, that's a matter of public record that you may have access to, but we're not going to confirm that.
Are you able to speak to sort of the timeline, like this van is believed to have pulled up at, and then headed this direction, and then?
As far as directions, which way the van came from, etc., we don't have that to share with you at this time. The investigation's really at its early stages, and we're still actively investigating a number of aspects of this murder.
Are you able to give a description of the person that wasn't wearing a mask at all?
Other than he was a male, possibly in his 30s.
And then, sorry, the picture of the hat, was that the actual hat or...
That's a likeness of what's been described by one of the witnesses.
So, Stefford, I don't understand, this is a news conference on the murder.
Yes.
And you raised the issue of organized crime, drugs, and gang suppression. Why?
Why? Because we're aware of the fact that there are organized crime groups in Calgary. We're really live to the fact that this is possibly linked to organized crime.
Anything else, guys?
You say how many shots were fired?
No, again, we're still processing the scene. Our forensic crime scenes people are still processing the scene, so I don't have all those answers for you at the moment.
There seem to be a lot of people around the scene of the crime, residents coming out of their houses. Is that something that you want to comment on at all?
Again, we're really appreciative of the residents of Arbour Lake being in tune with what was happening in their community. They have provided us with really valuable information that is assisting us in our investigation, and we want to thank them for their efforts in coming to aid to the victim and the victim's family and helping us with supplying information in relation to this murder.
We'll send out the photos, we'll attach them to the release of news from after.
And sorry, can I just
Yeah.
ask, so he was coming out of his house, and then there was a van came by, shots?
Again, those are the victim was leaving a residence, and we believe at that point the shooting occurred as he was leaving his residence.
I mean, you say that there's 3 people, 2 wearing masks. Was it 2 people jump out in the shooting? Can you say that or anything like that? Or
We believe, well, we believe from what we know, we believe 2 of the individuals did get out of the vehicle.
So it wasn't a drive-by, it was they actually stopped and got out.
Yes, we believe that is the way it went down.
I know they were masked, but do you have any further description, like height, weight?
Right now, we're still going through, this is a very traumatic incident for anybody to see, so we're still trying to piece together various descriptions that have been provided. So we don't want to be inaccurate in what we provide you.
Was there anyone else at his residence at the time?
Again, I don't want to get into those details at this time.
There were witnesses, a lot of witnesses that you spoke with?
We've had a lot of individuals come forward with information, for sure.
How many?
Several, like much more than between 10 and 15 people, for sure.